What is that?
Cried Henny the little Dutch doll.
It's a toy spaceship,
said Raggedy Andy.
Marcella's daddy made it for her.
The dolls were sitting in the grass waiting for Marcella to bring out the tea and cookies when the cardboard rocket suddenly flew over the playhouse and landed beside them.
Oh, let's take a trip in it,
said Raggedy Ann.
We'll never have time,
said Uncle Clem, the Scotch doll.
Marcella will be back in a wink. And where can we go in a wink?
Don't be silly,
laughed Raggedy Ann.
You know perfectly well we could go to the moon in a wink if we wanted to. Come on, let's have a real adventure.
I'm ready,
said Uncle Clem.
Me too,
said Raggedy Andy.
I think I'll stay here with beloved Belindy and the others,
said Honey.
I wouldn't want to miss a good cookie.
We'll be back before Marcella. You'll see,
said Raggedy Ann. She climbed into the spaceship with Raggedy Andy and Uncle Clem, and in an instant the three of them soared over the playhouse away from the earth.
Let's visit that star over there,
said Uncle Clem.
No, that one's too hot,
said Raggedy Andy.
Let's try that one then,
suggested Raggedy Ann.
That one's too cold,
said Raggedy Andy.
How about this one?
asked Uncle Clem.
This one is just right,
cried Raggedy Andy. They zoomed in for a landing through clouds as thick as old gray blankets, and on the ground they noticed that the place was as dreary as the bottom of a laundry basket.
What's this star called?
asked Uncle Clem.
Razzle,
answered a wee voice.
It used to be Razzle Dazzle, but we lost our dazzle when the sun clouded up. Gloomy, isn't it?
Raggedy Ann looked to see who was talking. Imagine her surprise at seeing her own face on both a little man and a little lady. Dozens of other little people came running up. On every face, Raggedy Ann saw her very own smile.
Why, you're all made of mirrors,
she laughed.
Isn't that nice?
It isn't always nice being only the reflection of somebody else,
said the little mirror man.
Without the sunshine, there isn't one smile among us to pass around.
Then we're certainly happy to share ours with you while we're here,
said Raggedy Ann.
And you brought the colors, too,
said the little mirror lady.
Maybe you can help us get our dazzle back.
My name is Twunk,
said the mirror man.
It was once Twinkle, but now everything's changed.
And my name is Frunk,
said the mirror lady.
I used to be Sparkle. Come on, we'll show you around.
In something like a little glass helicopter, Twunk and Sprunk flew the three dolls all over Razzle. Everywhere they saw mirror trees, mirror flowers, and mirror mountains. Everything captured the bright flowers of Raggedy Ann's dress, the plaid of Uncle Clem's kilt, and Raggedy Andy's checkered shirt. And everywhere people cheered the newfound brightness.
Oh, please stay with us,
said Twunk and Sprunk.
We forgot how happy colors make us.
We really can't stay for more than a wink,
said Raggedy Andy.
But we'll try to help somehow.
Let's see,
thought Raggedy Ann.
Does sunshine bring back smiles, or do smiles bring back sunshine?
We'll go right to 10 Sundown Street. It used to be Sun Up Street, so you can talk to our Prime Minister,
said Twunk.
We get our expressions mostly from him.
Twunk and Sprunk led the way, and soon they were standing before the Prime Minister.
Why, look at that depressing face he's wearing.
whispered Raggedy Ann to Uncle Clem.
I wonder where he got that frown.
Said Uncle Clem.
And look, now Twunk and Sprunk are frowning too.
Mr. Prime Minister, where did you get your unhappy face?
Raggedy Andy blurted out.
From my wife.
Said the Prime Minister.
She has an awful cold.
Just then the Prime Minister's wife came into the room, holding a dull gray handkerchief to her nose.
First things first.
Said Raggedy Ann. She handed Mrs. Prime Minister the flowery handkerchief she always carried in her apron pocket. Its cheery flowers bounced all about the mirror room, making everyone laugh.
Oh, thank you,
said Mrs. Prime Minister, smiling.
Now you have a smile to give to others,
said Raggedy Ann. And right away she gave it to the Prime Minister, and he reflected it to Twunk, then Twunk to Sprunk. Suddenly Mrs. Prime Minister sneezed and lost her smile, and all the smiles were just as suddenly gone.
Oh, dear,
said Raggedy Ann.
You each need a smile of your own. I know. Let's make sugar cookies. That will give you each a smile deep down inside, where smiles need to come from.
So Raggedy Ann, with the help of Raggedy Andy and Uncle Clem, made trays and trays of delicious, smile-bringing cookies. They made enough for everyone, and soon all over Razzle there were smiles and smiles and smiles. When Mrs. Prime Minister sneezed again, she still lost her smile. But this time the Prime Minister had one to give her.
Choo! Oh, I feel better and better.
She laughed. Twunk felt so good he twinkled again. Sprunk smiled up a bunch of bright sparkles. And out the door the two of them ran, twinkling and sparkling like they did in the good old days. Before long, everyone in the streets and shops and grocery stores was twinkling and sparkling and glittering and glowing.
How can they do that without sunshine?
Mrs. Prime Minister asked Raggedy Ann.
They have sunshine inside. If the sun is shining in your heart, the smile on your face makes sunshine for others,
said Raggedy Ann. Overhead, the thick gray clouds suddenly parted.
There's the sun,
laughed Raggedy Andy.
I guess it didn't want to miss the good times.
Warm golden sunshine fell on all the people, and the long-lost colors came blooming again brighter than ever.
Reminds me of home,
whispered Uncle Clem.
Where we had better be going.
Razzle has its dazzle back,
cried Mrs. Prime Minister.
Oh, Raggedy Ann, Andy, and Uncle Clem, how can we ever thank you?
Just keep smiling,
said Raggedy Andy.
even on cloudy days,
said Raggedy Ann.
Now we really must be getting home.
Then take these with you,
said the Prime Minister. Into each of their pockets he tucked a mirror medal with a dazzling sunbeam in the center.
Take these too, dears,
said Mrs. Prime Minister, and she gave them each a big cookie along with a hug and a kiss. Quick as you can say razzle-dazzle, the three dolls were speeding home again. Raggedy Andy and Uncle Clem ate their cookies on the way, but Raggedy Ann saved hers for Henny.
That's delicious.
Henny told her when they were all settled in the grass again.
Where did you get it?
I'll tell you the whole story later,
she said, winking. For just then Marcella arrived with tea and cookies for all. Right away Marcella noticed something strange.
Why, Raggedy Ann, you've lost your hanky. I'll have to make you a new one. Have some tea, everyone.